Hi guys, so let us study all about basically FM. So in this session, I will take you through quick overview of SOA FM exam in order to decide that how you should be appearing, how you have to practice, what this exam is all about. So basically FM exam tests you on your cash flow streams. It will give you questions related to loan values, questions related to bonds, questions related to asset liability management, questions related to investment income. Now if you see, the fees for the exam is $275 and there are different dates and deadlines where the exam is scheduled. So we can check out the different dates for this financial mathematics exam. So you can see it was scheduled for June, then we have this exam in August, okay, and then you have your exam in October, and for this year you can see then you have your exam in December. So you should plan basically that when you are planning to give this exam, that although when you take videos or when you take our sessions, that's valid for 1 year, but the test, we will be giving you tests, we will be sharing assignments with you. So there will be schedule for those tests and assignments, and the schedule will differ based on the attempt that you are planning. So if you are planning August attempt, there will be a different schedule of tests and assignments. If you are planning December attempt, there will be different schedule of tests and assignments. So you have to understand the schedule. Now let us understand all about financial mathematics, let us understand the syllabus of financial mathematics, let us understand the pattern of this particular exam. So if we see the recent syllabus, I will take you through it. It's a 2.5-hour exam that consists of 30 multiple choice questions and is administered as a computer based test. That's a computer based exam, 2.5-hour exam with 30 multiple choice questions. Each multiple choice program includes 5 answer choices identified by letters A, B, C, D and E, only of which one is correct. Answers for some questions have been rounded. So you have to choose basically one correct answer out of the options provided to you. Now see the syllabus. So it goes around time value of money. So 5 to 15% is based on time value of money, and in time value of money you will be asked questions related to interest rate, simple interest, compound interest, future value, current value, present value, interest rate calculations using simple interest. You are supposed to calculate equation of value. Then another topic which gets tested is all about annuities, cash flows with non-contingent payments, and it forms 20 to 30% of your course, where you will be asked to calculate annuity immediate. You can be asked definitions related to annuity due, perpetuity and cash flows related to the same. Then you have another topic which is about loans and basically concepts concerning loans, how to perform related calculations. So 15 to 25% is based on this. It has details with respect to principal, interest, term of loan, outstanding balance calculation, amount of interest and principal repayment in a particular period, missing item calculation. Then we have another topic of bonds which gets around 15 to 25%, and in this bonds topic basically you can be asked price, calculation of accumulation of discount, calculation of term of bond, coupon rates calculation, redemption values calculation, yield rate calculation, term of bond, price of bond calculation. Then we have some general cash flows, portfolios and asset liability management, which forms 20 to 30% of the course, and in this we are getting targeting on duration, convexity, basically how to check the change in present value because of changes in interest rates, Reddington's immunization conditions. So these are the basically topics on which you will be tested. Now how we will be preparing these topics? So we will be guiding you for each and every topic, and there will be live sessions corresponding to each topic, and in your case you miss any session, so we have the corresponding video for the same. And apart from what we are going to discuss in the topic, so there will be different type of sessions. One would be conceptual discussion, another would be past paper session. So in conceptual discussion sessions, focus would be on clarity of concepts. So we will be understanding, okay, so what do we mean by simple interest, what do we mean by compound interest, how do we have to apply simple interest or compound interest. And in the question discussion lectures, basically we will be focusing on past paper style questions. So let me take you through further details. So take 2 minutes time and go through the syllabus again if you wish to. Many students have multiple doubts with respect to syllabus. So you can go through the syllabus again quickly. Basically it's just the starting portion only, and it's very much mentioned that there is not a single textbook required, that so we have to do questions from multiple areas. You can leave all this thing to us, that how you are supposed to perform in questions, that you can leave on us. You just have to make sure that basically you are aware of the content. Objectives you have to focus on, rest you can leave. And since it's a CBT exam, that there are certain rules as well. You can see, have proper identification, find out what to expect on the day of exam, check on the list of approved calculators. So do check all these things before appearing for the exam, and I am telling this in orientation session only because near to exam students miss out on these things. So you should be aware of this. And there are certain updates also in exams. So we will be providing you everything as per the latest content only, so you don't have to worry about this. But still you should give a good read to this file to understand what all is there in the basically syllabus, so that we can understand. And then there are multiple sample exam as well. So I will take you through sample exam as well. So as of now there is an error for the same, but we have something downloaded, so I can show you that. So there are multiple questions that will get tested. So it's not just redirecting to the website. So I will show you the questions, basically the different style which gets tested. So this is very important. So see the methods that have been prescribed by SOA. So for mathematical examinations, candidates should acquire proficiency with techniques and formulas by working on large number of problems similar to those expected on the examinations. For any examination, schedule study time so that each subject is covered adequately. Try to approach each subject from more than one perspective. Do not limit yourself to the approach taken in daily work. Maintain an interest in current developments. Knowledge of actual practice is helpful. Discussions of papers, unless excluded, are an essential part of the reading and should be studied as carefully as the papers themselves. Integrate the material studied, compare programs, methods, and so on. More connections developed in the study material, the deeper the understanding and better the use made of the acquired information. Maintain contact with other candidates and take advantage of the opportunities to discuss difficult topics. Do not hesitate to consult established members of the profession in your own organization or elsewhere. Do not rely solely on commercial outlines of study material. Rather, strive to summarize knowledge of the material by adequate review prior to the examination. For written answer examinations, try constructing trial examinations. These trial examinations will not only test knowledge and understanding of the reading material, but they may also improve speed and confidence. Expect integrated questions. Integrated questions encompass different sections of material and require the candidate to pull together various concepts into cohesive response. This method mirrors a real life situation and provides better discriminator with regard to who demonstrates understanding of the material. So basically I have gone through as a society what is expected from you in this exam. So first thing that you have to understand is you don't have to stick to one particular material. So for that only I am guiding you that how we will be proceeding is the focus has to be on the content. So for example, you just have to open the syllabus objectives in front of you, and whatever objectives are mentioned, you just have to understand ki are you able to perform questions on those objectives. If yes, that means okay, the content understanding, the conceptual understanding of that particular topic is done from your side. So this is how we will be studying for the exam, that as such there is no prescribed textbook. There are multiple things that we have to do other than textbook as well, and that is what we are supposed to understand. And there are some suggestions basically for taking multiple choice questions. So let me take you through this as well. So basically a key to success in taking multiple choice examinations is to make steady progress through the questions. Do not spend a disproportionate amount of time on a single question with which you are having trouble. So this is very much important. Move on and come back to it if time is left at the end. Chances of correctly completing the greatest number of questions are increased if each question is attempted seriously at least once. It may help to determine the proportionate number of questions to answer in the first half hour of the examination. Check how much ground was actually covered in that time and adjust the pace. When pressed for time, good strategy is to omit questions that are expected to require more than average time and use the time to complete large number of more quickly answered questions. So this is what we advise. When you are appearing, say for example, there are 30 questions, but out of which you feel that 20 questions are just straightforward, it will require less time, attempt those 20 first. Leave those 10 which have more application requirement for the last, and then you can come back again to those questions. For example, if a cluster of questions with a common introduction is not readily grasped, skip the entire cluster on the first attempt. Look for questions that deal with more familiar subject matter. When answering a question, look for the quickest way possible to arrive at the correct choice and mark it on your answer sheet. If a question is encountered for which all choices appear to be incorrect, simply move on. It later may be determined that one of the answers is correct. Also develop shortcuts for eliminating impossible answers by checking out boundary conditions, inspecting other aspects of certain suggested solutions, or substituting numericals value. So when we are appearing for MCQ questions, one of the important tip that we have to understand is that we have to wipe out the irrelevant options. So first read the question, try to do it, and instead of directly comparing it basically what you can do is you can try to understand okay, this is what it is fitting in, these are the options that are seem to be correct, these are the options that are not fitting at all, these are the options that are not correct at all. So you can skip those options which are irrelevant. So this will help you to wipe out irrelevant options and you will be left with certain, say, one or two only relevant options, and then you can accordingly choose. So this is the way to attempt MCQ question. Just don't blindly choose any option. You have to attempt each and everything in quite detail. So let me show you example of sample questions that I was talking. So these are the different questions basically. This is how your exam paper will look like. The above is the question which has all the details. You are supposed to perform the calculations, and corresponding to that you are supposed to choose the correct option. So this is how a typical exam paper can look like. These are different sample questions. When we are doing questions discussion lectures, we will be discussing each of these sample questions. Now apart from this we have say formula sheet as well. So let me take you through formula sheet also. So this will be used in your exam, like how you are supposed to do simple interest calculations, how we are doing effective interest rate calculation, how it is compound interest calculations, see the formula for annuity immediate, formula for annuity due. So as and when we are doing the lectures, I will be explaining you. This will be really important and this will be helping you a lot because all the formula are organized at one place. And let me take you through study manual as well, basically the book from where you are going to study. So This is from basically we will be using multiple books, so we will be explaining each and everything in detail. So this is an example of that how we are going to proceed. So I hope now guys everything is clear with respect to exam FM. So anything which is still unclear in terms of technical discussion sessions, so from next week onwards basically we are starting with our technical discussions, and in those technical discussions, as I said, the focus would only be on first understanding the concepts and then on our questions discussion. So this is basically, this page is extremely important. It has all the details related to exam FM, then the center details are also there, and exam registration details are also there. In case you are unaware of that, you can register via that. Different dates are there. This is really important for planning. So whether you are planning for August 6 to 17, then dates are also mentioned. Then October dates are mentioned for CBT. Then you have in December also the dates are mentioned, so you can accordingly basically plan your exams. So I hope this is now clear with respect to FM. So the next session would be targeting on time value of money, where we will be understanding basically tips and tricks on how to perform basically first the concepts related to simple interest and compound interest, and then questions related to that. So basically it will go like this: first session for conceptual understanding, next session for its question, first session for conceptual understanding, next session for its questions, and so on. So okay, then with this we can wrap up for the day. Thank you.